Can a team of NHL cover athletes win the Stanley Cup? Now, this team is absolutely no joke. We got Gretzky, McDavid, and Matthews on that first line, a 98, 99, and 96. Jerome McGinley alongside Lemieux and Sakic. We got Stammer as our third-line winger with Forsberg and Lindros. And then to round out the forward core, we get the greatest goal scorer of all time on the fourth line in Alexander Ovechkin with Rod Brind'Amour and Vladimir Tarasenko. Defensively, Hughes Makar is our top-line D pair. We got Pronger and PK Subban. Marcus Naslund and Claude Giroux are both going to have to play D, because there was not that many defensemen who actually were on an NHL video game cover. And then, of course, Martin Brodeur will be our starting goalie at a 94 overall. Kirk McLean will be our backup. And honestly, this team is loaded. We are going to have 5 full seasons to win this team a Stanley Cup. If we don't do that, we fail the challenge, and the cover athletes, unfortunately, they will never be champions. The NHL cover athletes are going to have a great regular season, a 62 wins, 16 losses, 4 in overtime for 128 points at the top of our division, and of course the entire NHL. Who would be better? Edmonton, Vancouver, New York, and Pittsburgh, all in that top 5, had great seasons. The Pens, a little bit surprising one there. We got the great one, Wayne Gretzky, leading our team and scoring 122 points. McDavid was up there at 119, just scored the golden goal last night. I literally used to dream of times like this, and now we have the golden goal of Crosby and McDavid 15 years apart. Matthews had 101, Lemieux was up there with 92, Joe Sakic put up 82, Iggy had 74, only 11 goals but 63 apples, and for Martin Brodeur, only a 906 save percentage, did have 7 shutouts and 50 wins, but honestly that's a little bit low, especially because he didn't play all 82 games. He only played 67, so he was not at his apex. The Oilers, Connor McDavid's going to lead the league in scoring, 124 points out of all players. And for goals, it will go to Leon Draisaitl, who had 59 on the season. Pasternak was up there at 54, Lemieux had 52, McDavid 51, and Bedard had 50. Marty will go ahead and have the most wins out of any goalie at 50, and the second most shutouts, Igor Shesterkin had the most at 8. Round number 1 will take place against the Carolina Hurricanes. Honestly, pretty tough team, can't even lie. Completely dominant so far, a 3-0 series lead over the Hurricanes, and I mean, Freddie Anderson is taking a beating in this series. But we got ourselves a 2-2 tie entering the third. Shots are 30-23 for Alberta. We did have a 2-1 lead, I believe, and we choked it away. I mean, it's only a 1-goal lead. Carolina trying to get some pressure here, trying not to get swept in round number 1 to basically a superior team. 2 minutes to go, and a late game heroics. So overtime it is then. Game 4, trying to get a sweep, trying to move on to round number 2, or the Alberta Moose. We're going full out here, full forecheck, full pressure, get going. Makar shooting. Nice save by Freddie. So we get a full 19-minute overtime period, and Carolina just trying to hold on and force a Game 5. Their fans want something to cheer about right now. Makar moves up to Gretzky. The great one coming down the wing. He's going to find McDavid through the middle. Over, and Matthews getting robbed by Freddie Anderson. Less than 17 minutes to go. Svechnikov coming in, trying to get one on Marty, but the defense of the cover athletes right now, they're doing their job. They're performing very well, considering we only had, 3 defensemen, I believe? Actual D-man. Hughes walking in. There was 1/3 of our D-core. Hughes, Makar, and then I believe the other one is Chris Pronger, of all players. Makar down low. Lemieux. Why did Lemieux not shoot that, brother? What are you waiting for? Chinese New Year? All right, Seth Jarvis going to come down the wing for Carolina, feeding the middle. Svechnikov shooting. Marty with the easy save. You're going to have to do a lot more if you want to beat Brodeur. Sean Walker to Slavin to Svechnikov, and Marty again makes the nice save. A defensive zone draw. Lemieux is up for the task. Wooden stick and all. You got to win it, Lemieux. Come on. He wins that draw. No, he loses. No, he does win it. PK picks it up. Over to Joe Sakic, who's just going to dump that in deep. Making the smart play pretty much in overtime. Although I want these guys to go all out. I want to see a goal. PK, step up. Come on, PK. Subban. No, Kakanyemi fast. Trying to jam it home. There's a rebound. Floaty little rebound, Natchez, and Brodeur again has to make the save. We're about halfway through the overtime frame. Chris Pronger, oh no, he's got 3 guys on him. Pause. PK Subban, skate that puck in, buddy. Come on, PK. I need to see some. Okay, that was not a great pass to Pronger. To Iginla. Iggy, trying to bury it back to the point. Lemieux, walking in. Lemieux getting bested by Freddie Anderson. Was not on my bingo card of 2025. Subban, game winner. Okay, never mind. We had the Hurricanes counterattacking right now. No energy, though. Marty Natchez coming in. Lemieux was great on that back check. Go, Pronger, go. Chris Pronger over to Stammer. Steven Stamkos trying to deke in. Didn't make Team Canada. He's on the cover athlete team. Out in front, Pronger off the shin pads of Lemieux. Oh my God, Chris Pronger, you couldn't put it on the net, buddy. Brent Burns over. Carrier, easy stop by Brodeur. Oh my God, that's a horrible turnover, though. It feels like turnover city in our own end right now. Chris Pronger across the center of the ice over on the stick of one of the Hurricanes players, Carrier. He's going to move it back to the point. Chatfield, Dmitry Orlov, low shot, easy save by Marty. Lindros, nice pass up to Stamkos, over to Makar. Makar, he's going to move it up to Stammer. Over Forsberg, Makar on the backhand. Why would Cale Makar shoot that floaty little backhand? 2:41 left to go in OT. McDavid back to the point. Over Giroux to Matthews. Austin Matthews waiting for McDavid. Connor to the point again. Naslund. Matthews to Giroux. Backdoor to McDavid. A nice passing play, but Freddie Anderson was there to make the save. Like a fat kid tracks his calories. Oh my God, McDavid. What on earth, dude? Dmitry Orlov. How did Connor McDavid get highway robbery like that? This is not the Four Nations. We got less than a minute to go. The great one. Hands it over to McDavid. Coming through the middle. Low shot and an easy save by Freddie. Full pressure. Matthews. Austin Matthews. Game winner. Series winner. And the Alberta Moose, the team of cover athletes, now are going to advance to round number 2. After really having a very non-competitive series up against the Carolina Hurricanes. Outside of Game 4 that did go to OT, we completely and utterly dominated them. We are now going to move on to face Sid the Kid and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Another potential sweep incoming. A very easy start to our playoff run, I'm not going to lie. Pittsburgh, they don't really have anything for us. They're down 3-0 exactly like the Hurricanes. And now we are trying to finish the show in enemy territory. We got a 1-1 tie entering the third period. Absolutely dominating. There we go. Austin Matthews on Tristan Jarry. Shots are 30-15, and we got ourselves a tie game thanks to Ryan Graves, of all people, who is going to score on, oh my God. And then Lars Eller on Martin Brodeur. Come on, we're letting complete and utter bums blast one on Marty. 2 minutes to go. Please, Alabama. Oh my God. All right. The Pittsburgh Penguins will not be swept. A 4-2 victory. Gino will get the empty netter. And we got ourselves a Game 5. We are back in Alberta in front of our home fans, so hopefully this can be the game that we close out the Pittsburgh Penguins. To be honest, they probably shouldn't even won a single game. We got a 1-0 lead entering the third, so it's going to be tight yet again, just like U.S. versus Canada. Not a lot of room out there to work with. Power play for Pittsburgh. They can't get anything on it. Alberta holding on to a 1-0 lead right now, as Martin Brodeur, the greatest goaltender of all. Never mind. I was singing Bro's praises, and he lets Cody Glass just snipe one in the slot on him. I guess the glazing was just way too much that EA had to put an end to that, a stop to that very quickly. As we got ourselves overtime yet again. Matthews coming in. Gretzky gonna Howard one from basically the Rockstar zone. He can't do that anymore, Wayne. McDavid trying to tuck it short side, but Jarry makes the nice save, who currently, I believe, is playing in the American Hockey League. Alberta has 43 shots on net and only 1 goal on Tristan Jarry. Now, if we flip that, Martin Brodeur damn near had a shutout. I was glazing that man so incredibly hard just for him to give up a goal, and then he's going to give up the game winner here in overtime as the Pittsburgh Penguins have won 2 in a row, and we are headed back to Pittsburgh for game number 6. Come on, cover athletes. We cannot go to a game 7 here against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Complete domination, 5-2 entering the third, and a 6-3 victory. We now move on to the conference finals to play the Tampa Bay Lightning, so I guess this is the best team we've played so far in the playoff run. We got a 2-1 series lead after 1. Can we take dominating? No, okay, we got a series tie. All tied up at 2. Entering game 5, a massive game we got to win, and we do. And then we put the Lightning up against the ropes, just like the previous 2 teams. But this time we only get 1 chance to close out the series. We do got a goal entering the third, thanks to Joe Sakic way back in the first period. And we are trying to hold on to that. Thank you, power play goal by Wayne Glensky on Andrei Vasilevsky. Gives us that insurance marker that we desperately needed. 7 minutes to go in the third period. Can we hold on with a 2-0 lead or 3-0? PK Subban chips in. Third period time, 3-0 lead over Tampa Bay here in Game 6 in Tampa, and we try to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. PK Subban honestly just put the icing on the cake with that third goal. I don't foresee the computers ever coming back from 3 goals with less than a minute to go. But Nikita Kucherov, he has something to say about that. Kucherov rebound. What a save by Marty. He wants that shutout. He got ruined of it a few games ago against the Pens. And he wants it here in the closeout game. Sakic over Lemieux, and Vasi will make the nice save. 38 seconds to go in Game 6. The Lightning trying to push here. They're probably going to empty their net soon, maybe. Gensel ripping one right off the pad of Marty. Full pressure for the Lightning literally immediately, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Wayne Gretzky's going to chip that out, though. He's going to skate it in. Over to McDavid. To Hughes. Quinn shooting. Nice save by Vasi. Down low. Now we got full pressure. It's our turn to get full pressure. Braden Point moves up to Hedman. And it looks like with 10 seconds to go, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they don't have anything for the Alberta Moose. The NHL cover athletes are going to get it done. And in their very first season together, they are going to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals to play for Lord Stanley. I don't know who we're playing yet, but honestly, a pretty easy cakewalk to the Stanley Cup Finals. Carolina in round 1, no problem. Pittsburgh in round 2, a little bit of a problem, but we did get rid of them in 6 games. Had a tough matchup against Tampa Bay, and also defeated them in 6 games as we move on to the Cup Finals. And of course, Captain Connor McDavid will not touch that trophy. And now somehow, some way, we are actually going to play the Chicago Blackhawks in the Cup Finals. They beat Edmonton, Vancouver, and Minnesota en route to playing the cover athletes. Usually I would be surprised by Chicago being this competitive, but I mean, the teams they beat en route to the Stanley Cup Final is very impressive. So a 3-2 series lead, just like the last 2 series. Let's try to close the show here in the windy city of Chicago. Entering the 3rd period, it's a Donnybrook. It is a gong show, 7-3 game. Peter Mrazek cannot keep the puck out of the net, and it looks like the cover athletes, they're going to cruise to a victory here in the closeout game. 8 minutes to go. Chicago can't get any offense whatsoever on the mark. The Chicago Blackhawks more than likely just ran out of gas. 8-3 here in the Windy City in the United Center as Peter Mrazek still is in the net. 8 goals, 40 shots on net. We only have 44 seconds to go in this blowout game. I was honestly very surprised that we were going to play the Chicago Blackhawks of all teams in the Stanley Cup Finals. Definitely thought somebody else out west was probably going to take the cake, but you know what? It doesn't matter who we play. Every team we played, we absolutely dominated. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they gave us a run for our money. Even Chicago, every team besides Carolina really forced a Game 6 of the Hurricanes. You got to talk with your team about how bad you guys truly are that you cannot win a single game over the eventual Stanley Cup champs. Matthews, we are still trying to pad our stats with 10 seconds to go, but it does not matter. In year number 1, the first year formed together, this team of NHL cover athletes are going to go all the way, win 4 rounds in the playoffs, and more importantly, win the Stanley Cup, as they have come together, all being part of NHL video game covers at one point in their careers. They are all Stanley Cup champions. I mean, most of these guys already have a Stanley Cup to their resume, but guys like Quinn Hughes, Connor McDavid, they get their first one as well. Very young players as well. McDavid's only 27. Hughes is like 25, I believe. And the Conn Smythe winner will go to the great one. He had 38 points and 17 goals in the postseason, so we definitely needed Gretzky if we wanted this team to go on and win a Stanley Cup. And you know what? He was a part of that cover for the Wii, I believe. NHL Slapshot way back in like 2010. And there it is. Lord Stanley in the United Center. A very familiar place for not only Chicago fans, but also the Stanley Cup, especially in the 2010s. I mean, 3 times they were a dynasty. And we're going to have Captain Connor McDavid, who last night just scored the golden goal. Now will grab his first Stanley Cup of his career, as the cover athletes get it done in year number 1. Gretzky, of course, was our best player come playoff time. 17 goals, 38 points. McDavid had 13 and 30. Matthews was good. Lemieux had 28. Makar 22. Sakic 17. We got McDavid winning the Ted Lindsay, Leon the Maurice Richard, McDavid the Art Ross and Hart Trophy. Cale Makar is going to win the Norris, the Conn Smythe, of course, to the great one. Demko will take home the Vezina, and Barkov the Selke. As the team of cover athletes get it done in year number 1. I mean, are we really surprised? Take a look at the roster. We had so many great legends that played on this team. Hey, they get it done very easily. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more NHL content just like this. And until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.